How we doing, team? Welcome back. Let's go and get started on mobility number 2. What you need's popping up. Pretty simple today. Let's go and get to work. So I would make a recommendation that obviously if you're in the comfort of your home, going down to your bare feet. I like that in point of contact, and it's also really good on feel for some of the stretches coming up. So just a little recommendation. First off, let's do just like what we did last week. Body, chest is tall, hands act like they're going to the pockets with the chin up. Let's start with just some breaths. Ready? Try to deepen them up every time. Let's go one more. Exhale. Now following that breath, feet are going to stay pretty narrow here to begin. I'm going to kick the hip out, slide one arm down, bring the other arm, preach. Big side lateral stretch. We're going to go double breath, then the other side. Bring it in, tilt, lean, reach. Same thing other side. Do it again. Last time other side. Good. Arms out up. We always talk about chest stretches as we go through. Really what this is about is being able to drive your arms almost behind the body. And big open stretch, then sinking down and back, like again, going to the pockets. In this moment, hold. Inhale, exhale. Try to let it relax. Relax. Now wrap, pull, and extend. We're gonna go opposite. So we're sending the shoulder blades in extension and getting a little side to side tilt. Come up tall, go back to the chest stretch, but this time the arms are long. Pull. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, round to the front. Good. Good. Let the arms relax. Good. We are going to start up here for a little bit, then we'll kind of move lower half. So let's start with a little cervical and stretch. You know the drill on this one. Palm to the low back. We're going to take that chin to the opposite shoulder, down and across. Pull, look, angle, enjoy. Make sure that arm is staying settled. Shoulder blade down, back. Soften the breath. Articulating the chin across. Smooth switch. Let's go back to it. Take the chin to chest. Take the arms behind the body here. And feel that nice big chest stretch, and at the same time, feel that nice big trap rhomboid stretch around the neck. Bring the chin up. Back down. Up. Come to neutral. Good stuff. All right. I am going to do one more with the upper body, then we'll start talking about lower half, and I'm just going to work around the shoulders. Now with this stretch, we do it a lot at maybe even the end of workouts. When we're dealing with the shoulder stretch, you have one big note here. As I pull, do not allow this arm just to go across. Set your shoulder blade, pull, because what you're looking for is tension up and along this line as you go through. That's where you want to feel it. So don't let it pull through. Create, set, lock, and then hold. And what you can add on to this always is, since the shoulder's loaded, you can lean the neck away Keep the eyes forward and just enjoy this. One more deep breath. Slowly come out, switch sides, same thing. Set, lock, load. Lean the neck away. So always with these practices, we're thinking about the action. And this one is one that you see a lot of people do at the end of a workout, but setting that shoulder blade is really important. Really important. Give me one more good deep breath. Good. Okay. Head on out to the end of your mat. What I'm going to do here is give you a big step lunge. Boom. Now, what I'm really going to try to actively force, and this is why I asked you to go on maybe just your bare feet or your socks, is we're going to do some little calf, Achilles, hamstring stretches by hinging at our hip forward and letting that back leg enjoy the stretch. Now what you will also notice is that this front leg gets loaded. I want you to settle your breath. Don't push too far forward here, but stay hinged. Lowering two. Both feet very active. Feel them in the ground kind of grabbing. Back calf Achilles good. Toes tracked forward. They're really thinking about hip width, no more, no less. You come out, bend the knee, come forward, switch legs. We're going to do this same stretch on the other side. Set the back foot, square the hip, tilt, lean, and hold. May find one side a little bit easier than the other. It's not crazy. But I'm just leaning into it, enjoying. Final second, stay there. Bend the knee. Come on out. Now go back to the other leg forward. Lower down to your knee. Now we're going to work on the hip dynamic here. So just like we were working on with that extension, I'm going to work on just like what we do in our original warm-up, but we're going to hold this position instead. So push the hip forward, down, down, down. Open up back hip. Settle with some breath. The inhale, exhale, watch the pattern. Inhale, exhale, back down. You need something on your back knee here, it's not crazy. Other than that, just stay with me. Slowly come up by pushing through the front leg, switching them out. And here we go with the other side. Push, lean forward. Lean, lean, lean. Good. Again, very active to the ground. Knee is still track lining over the toe. You can collapse the foot if you like, as long as you feel like balance-wise you're not struggling. Other than that, enjoy. There's a reason this is in the dynamic warm-up, because it works a lot of stuff. And if you settle into it, it feels just as good. Slowly press up and out. Stand up tall. We're going to do, I think, one or two more in the standing position, then we're going to be down. But I have one we're going to work on for our hips, because our hips are going to be a focus as we head to the ground. You can put your hands together, and this is what you're going to do for me. Push your hip down and back, out. Lose the chest angle, hinge. Get the elbows in between the knees, and then try to get the hip under while holding this. If that's too much, stay here, drive out. But what you're doing is you're actively separating the knee position while we hold. Again, wherever your position is putting you, down on the bottom, your legs are a little toasty. It's okay. Hold tight as best you can. Otherwise, you can get the hip lower. To get out, push the hip to the sky. Pull, pull, pull. Come back to center. Stand up tall. Oof, good hold on that one, guys. Okay, we are gonna do some hamstring stretches, low back. This will be the last one, tall. Then we're gonna head to the ground. All that I'm gonna look for here and all that I'm gonna ask you is a dead hang variation, and I'm gonna show you a couple little things you can do. So feet, still hip width, still gonna slide the hip back. So we know this drill. Remember, setting a flat back is what'll force more hamstring. So if I don't round and I just go hinge, 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 I'm gonna run into basically my hamstring wall where I can't go any further. If I were to round the spine, I could reach, but this is where I'm gonna have you stay, or what I like to think of as like a nice tabletop. Feet are neutral, nothing fancy, just hanging out. Now, come up for me slowly. We're gonna go back down and we're gonna go to the outside of your left foot. Down, rotate, reach. Now this one, remove the spine, meaning not flat back. Go down, go for range. TFL, lateral stretch. This is like what we do in practice. Slowly come up. Ooh, I know. Let's go again, right foot. Come on up. Up, 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 up. Great job. Okay, come on down. We are now going to go into hips. We're going to start by going into the pigeon pose. Again, it's one of those ones in practice is really good for you, but is really tough for a lot of people. And I'm going to talk to you about how the pigeon pose you can make yours. So foot goes forward. Now the big goal with this one is creating this little 90-degree angle at the knee. You're trying to lower left hip to your right heel while staying vertical, staying tall. It is not about collapsing over, it's about creating this angle and then holding on tight and just lowering the hip rather than lowering the body position overall. That is the big influence of this one. It's not about just sprawling over, it's about setting this and going. Now, if you're fighting for this, you can lower your position a little bit. You can also rotate the foot in a little bit, but the problem is don't try to do it looking for comfort. Do it looking for a range you can hold. That's what we want to create. Because again, you can collapse over, but it's about forcing the hip down. That's why this, as much as it's not easier, is really what you're looking for. All right, to come out, bring the foot in, switch, good. We got two legs. I'm gonna show you my bad one in a second. Here we go, set it, sit the chin chest up. We're gonna settle in for the ride for a little while. Oof. I promise it gets easier after this. This one gums you up, it gets easier. Oh, my glute's just loving me. Taking it down to 5 minutes here, guys. we go. 3, 2, get that hip out. Okay. We're probably doing one more that's gonna fight you. So, from here, we're gonna create this little out wide width. Actually, I'm gonna turn my net so you guys can get it. Going to this little sprawl position. Knees out wide, hip low. Now, here's what you're trying to focus on here. Try to sink your hip back to enjoy the hip stretch. Don't come forward. Inhale, exhale, slide back. Hips are gonna love you. Taking them in 2 directions now. Come forward, inhale, exhale, come back. I got my wall right there. That's it. That's my wall. Inhale, exhale. And do one more of these. Inhale, exhale. All right, 3, 2, come forward. To come out. You're welcome. Okay. Turn this back. We're gonna do a little ankle, a little dorsiflexion stretch. So in that runner's position, what we're gonna do here is collapse. Knee is gonna track line over the toe. Now look, press, sink forward, and come down. The idea here is what I'm doing is extending the back leg, but now I'm forcing this into a nice tight position while keeping the entire foot on the ground. So what you're gonna do here is you'll inhale, exhale, drop over the foot. Inhale, exhale, drop over. Inhale, exhale, drop over. Come on up, then switch legs. Same thing here, guys. Deep runner's lunge, leaning forward, and let's collapse. So again, weight of the body is what's helping this stretch. That's why the upper body torso is just laying on the thigh. So I'm trying to get this knee to drive over the toe while keeping this in contact, not letting that heel come up. That's the thing, is check the heel. The heel's floating real easy, and we need to back up, reset, make sure the pressure's staying down. Down, down, down. Good, come on up. All right, guys, let's go and bring you home. Last stretch. We're gonna cradle in just like we did with the end of the last sequence. Cradle in, give a big hug, a little side to side. Love yourself. This is a fantastic stretch, underrated stretch for how simple, be it helpful it is. Take one more deep breath. So release. Bring that body up and help you feel really good about that work you just knocked out there, guys. So another one down. Hope we continue to practice these as we go forward. We begin together and we end together. 3, 2, 1, and done. I'll see you next time.